Let's break down what it actually costs to build a massive social network. And, to make it super simple, we're going to think about it like ordering from a menu. So, you've probably had this amazing idea for a new online community or a network, right? But then you start thinking about the tech, the cost, and it just seems astronomical. Like something only a Silicon Valley giant could pull off. But what if it wasn't like that at all? What if you could build your own social platform just like you'd order a custom burger? You pick your bun, you pick the size of your patty, and then you load it up with all the special toppings you want. That is exactly the model we are going to explore. Okay, so every great burger starts with a really solid bun. And on this menu, the bun is absolutely packed with features. And the best part? It comes with your order at no extra cost. It's free. I mean, the amount of value you get right out of the gate is just staggering. We're talking over 200 core features, things like profiles, feeds, real-time chat, all of it. You get complete white label control, a mobile-ready app, and a lifetime updates. This is the entire foundation for whatever you dream of building, included for free. All right, let's get to the main event, the patty. This is the core of your cost, and it's beautifully, beautifully simple. You're not paying for servers or some complex infrastructure. You're just paying based on how many active users you have. That's it. In this slide, this is where the magic really happens. Just look at how the price per user absolutely plummets as you grow. You start out at 50 cents a user when you're just getting started. But by the time you've got over 100,000 users in that enterprise tier, that cost drops to just 1 cent. The entire system is literally designed to reward your success.
Yeah, just let that sink in for a second. €1 per user per month. When you're operating at that kind of scale, your core cost to support a single person becomes almost nothing. This is how profitability becomes not just possible, but, well, predictable.
So, you've got your bun, you've got your patty. Now for the really fun part, the toppings. These are all the third-party API services that let you add unique, powerful features to your platform. This is how you really customize your order and make it your own. First up, a topping that for a lot of communities is completely non-negotiable: extra security. It's so easy to add things like two-factor authentication using a service like Authy, or you can protect your community from spam with Google's reCAPTCHA. And you're going to notice a theme here, okay? A lot of these essential services have incredibly generous free tiers, so you often don't pay a dime until you really start to scale up. What if your community is going to span the entire globe? Well, guess what? There are toppings for that too. You can pop in interactive maps for any kind of location-based feature or add automatic translation to just completely break down language barriers. The costs are totally transparent and they're tied directly to usage, so you only pay for what your community is actually using.
And of course, in today's world, you have got to have powerful ways for people to communicate.
You want to add one-on-one video calls, group chats, maybe even live streaming? Services like Twilio and Agora can be plugged right in. You can add world-class video infrastructure for literally fractions of a cent per minute. Okay, so we've seen all the ingredients on the menu. Now let's look at a few specialty orders to see how all of this comes together in the real world to create some seriously profitable platforms. Our first order is a pretty high-stakes example: a super secure private network for doctors and their patients. So for a network with about 5,000 patients, using secure video calls and two-factor authentication toppings, the total cost to run it all comes out to just 37 cents per user per month. Now, you compare that to a pretty modest monthly fee and consultation charges, well, the path to a healthy return on investment is crystal clear. Next up, a totally different world, a huge community for gamers that's all about voice chat and tons of engagement. Here we've got 100,000 users. Because they're in a higher pricing tier and they're using really cost-effective voice chat APIs, their total cost is, get this, 7 cents per user. That's just mind-blowing. And that incredibly low overhead is exactly what allows them to run a freemium model. Even if a tiny percentage of users upgrade to a pro subscription, they're making massive profits. And finally, let's look at the absolute dream scenario: a viral, mass-market social app, the big one. Okay, with 1 million users, this platform is deep into that enterprise pricing. The total operating cost, and this is including toppings like an AI content feed and storage, is less than 2 cents per user. Meanwhile, even with really conservative ad revenue estimates, they're bringing in around 30 cents per user.
That's a potential return on investment of over 1,600%. It's just, wow.
So we've seen it's possible, right? But how do you guarantee you're getting the absolute highest profit margin you can? Well, there is a secret sauce. The source material actually calls it the golden rule. Okay, so this is the crucial takeaway. Your choice of toppings matters a lot. The source data is absolutely emphatic about this. For core things like file storage and maps, if you choose hyper-efficient providers like Wasabi, Backblaze, or Yandex, you can slash your variable costs by up to 70%. This is the single biggest lever you can pull to maximize your profit.
And here's the proof in black and white. Just look at the difference in storage costs. A big name like Amazon S3 is going to cost you over 2 cents per gigabyte, but alternatives like Backblaze or Wasabi, they offer the same exact service for just over half a cent. When you've got users uploading thousands of photos and videos, this choice alone can make or break your entire business model.
So this thing that seemed so complex and expensive, building a social network, it's suddenly not so mysterious, is it? It's really just a menu of choices. The foundation is free, the main cost scales with you, and you have total control over the toppings and how much they cost. So really, the only question left is, what will you create?